Alright guys, what's up? PS3 tutorial for you. Now I know I've been out of the game for a little while and I apologize for that just because I've been fairly busy with the family business and everything. But aside all that, this is for your 4.46 custom firmwares and select Rogero 4.30, 4.40, and 4.1. The 4.46 custom firmwares is the SGK, the Rogero, and Rebug. Now this is the 450 spoof. Basically what this does is it makes the PSN believe that you're running the 4.50 official firmware instead of 4.46, so you're allowed to go online and use your Netflix and things like that. And so these are the precautions you're going to need to take. First and foremost, with Rogero firmwares, well, I'll start with SGK, seeing that it's in the beginning here. SGK, you're just going to install the spoof and call it a day, and make sure you don't run any homebrew or multiman while you're connected to PSN. Disconnect from PSN if you're going to load a backup. Load the backup with STEALTHMAN or the Stealth Multiman versions that I have available, and then after that, connect to PSN and then run the backup, so it will be visible as a game disk. Second off, moving on to the Rogero firmwares, same exact thing. Don't use any homebrew while you're connected to the PSN, or don't load a backup connected to PSN. Same thing as the SGK. Load the backup not connected using StealthMan, and then reconnect to PSN after you load the backup and play it that way. You can also use StealthMan to load homebrews per se that are compatible with the StealthMan while you're connected to PSN, but I would advise not connecting to PSN while loading anything through Multiman StealthMan version. Now, Rebug custom firmware is a little bit different, which is this file here, and basically do not be in Rebug mode when you install the spoof. So go into the Rebug toolbox. If you install it from the HDD, how do you do that? Well, it's pretty easy. You go into Multiman and you go to install package files and you say from HDD, or you go into the install package files on the XMB, select from internal HDD, and it'll show the Rebug toolbox package to install. Install that, and which I assume you have already if you have your system running Rebug mode. Disable Rebug mode and all Rebug options, then install the spoof, and then after that, you know, same thing. StealthMan, load stuff before you connect to PSN, and then run it after reconnecting to PSN. So now that that's out of the way, I'm going to show you how to install this. And I'm not running Rebug custom firmware or Rogero or SGK. I'm actually running Habib's 4.46 version 203, I think was the last one. But I will be showing you what to do. So first and foremost, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to open up your USB drive that you're going to be using with your PS3. Now, so I'm just going to bring that up real quick. Come over here, and down here, here's my USB. Alright, so leave it at that. Here's the USB that I use for my PS3. I'm going to pull this down here, pull these up here, and put that right there. Alright, now, for an example, I'll open up the SGK one first. I'll show you each and every single one of these. Simply all it is a package file. You're just going to drag and drop the package to the root of the USB stick. And so I'll use this for an example. So come up here, take this and copy it to the root of the USB. And then after that copies over like so, if it chooses to, or it could take all day, that's fine. Alright, so here it is right here. Once you do that, say you're running SGK for an example, or if you're running any of the other ones, and I'll open those up real quick just to show you what's inside them. This is the Rogero 430, 440, and 441. Same thing, copy the package file to the USB stick. If you go inside Rogero 4.46, this is for 4.46 right here, it'll just say spoof 55 or 450. It won't say 430 or whatever. This just says spoof 4.50. Just same thing, copy that to the USB stick. And the same thing with the Rebug one. Open that up and you will copy the Rebug to the USB stick. Just like so. Alright, so once you've done that, now again, the Rebug is for 4.46 Rebug, the Rogero 450 spoof is for 4.46 Rogero custom firmwares, the Rogero 430, 441, and 4, and it stands for 430 through 441 custom firmware Rogeros. You use that on those, and SGK is for 4.46 custom firmware. So anyways, so once you copy this back over, what you will do now is you will take your USB out of your computer, you will plug it into your PS3, and you will go to install package files on SGK and Rogero custom firmwares. It'll just come up and you will just look for enabler disabler spoof 450 by team SGK .pkg, and then just click that and install that, and just to disable it, you just install it again and just disables it for your package. With Rebug custom firmware, you just go into install package files on the root, on your, not the root, but the XMB of your PS3, and you select install package files, and then you select basic folder, and it'll come up, and then same thing, just install and install over it again to enable and disable. So that's your spoofers. The downloads will be below. I'm sorry I couldn't demonstrate this on the PS3. I'm simply not running that custom firmware, and I'm not gonna go ahead and do it because I have the Habibs, and I'm gonna be updating to the new Habib custom firmware, which I will be releasing in a minute. So take it easy, guys. Rate, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I hope this helps you with your 4.46 custom firmwares and the Rogero 430, 440, and 441. I hope the spoofer works for you. Remember what I said, disconnect from PSN when the time comes to loading a game backup or a homebrew that you want to run while connected to PSN. I advise not using homebrew, but that's your choice. Also use the spoof at your own risk, and as well as install it properly and make sure it's enabled. Alrighty, guys, so take it easy, enjoy. Feel free to donate to my channel. Check out my website, software-reborn.com, where you will find all the downloads and installs that you need for PS3, PSP, PS Vita, and all that fun stuff. And yeah, check out my Twitter at Jet333, and it will soon be at Software Reborn. I will be making a new Twitter for my channel, so take it easy, guys. Enjoy, and I will talk to you all momentarily.